let's get into it. Ever heard someone publicly suggest crystal meth to stay lean? Yeah, meet Clavicular, the looks-maxing poster boy lighting up the very online world. And, honestly, my DMs. Buckle up.
Hey, it's Emma here on Emma Spills the Tea. I am feeling totally intrigued and a little horrified today. Big yikes energy. But also, we have to talk about this because it is everywhere. So, picture this. Braiding Eric Peters, online name Clavicular, or Clav. He's an American streamer out of Florida who went viral in 2025 pushing looks-maxing. Quick definition. Looks-maxing is the internet subculture where people try to optimize their faces and bodies to climb social ladders. Sometimes it's skincare and haircuts, and sometimes it is not that. Clav takes it to extremes, promoting injections, steroids, and pseudoscience. His whole pitch is that hotter equals higher status. Spoiler, a lot of Gen Alpha boys are watching. Let me set the scene. Miami, late night, a fashion show after party. Me on lights, a DJ doing the most. Everyone smells like oud and ambition. I'm at the bar next to a pack of baby influencers, like barely out of high school. They're swapping what they call ascend hacks. Ascend meaning become more attractive, more powerful. That's their language. One is bragging about clavicle lines like it's a crypto wallet. Another is whispering about peptides and tanning shots, which, by the way, are drugs and should be medically supervised if used at all. Anyway, they're not talking creativity, or work, or love. It's jawlines, it's cheekbones. It's mogging. Imagine you walk in and your face and body outclass everyone in the room. It's dominance theater but with bone structure. At first I'm amused because Miami is a circus and gorgeous people love a mirror. But then this kid, and I swear he looks 14 though he's probably older, pulls up a clip of Clav talking about hardmax. Hardmax is looks-maxing turned up to painful, risky, sometimes illegal. And they're nodding like it's a TED Talk. I suddenly clock the pressure, the endless compare and despair, the way they speak about their bodies like broken projects. I'm standing there in sequence thinking, oh my god, when did self-improvement become self-harm with lighting? Alright, let's move on. Let's talk receipts. Braden Peters was born in the mid-2000s and raised in New Jersey. In high school, he got into looks-maxing, and by 2020, he was a teen on forums, skipping class during the pandemic, and he later says he started injecting testosterone at 14. That's extreme, especially for a kid. Doctors warn about long-term risks, and I'm not giving medical advice here. He went to Sacred Heart University in 2024 and was expelled weeks in after getting caught hiding testosterone. Then by 2025, he was streaming on TikTok and Kick, pushing all kinds of things from anabolic steroids to lipodissolve injections. Lipodissolve is a compound meant to dissolve fat under the skin. Do not try that at home. The controversies stack. In late 2025, a video circulates of him injecting his then 17-year-old girlfriend with fat dissolvers to sculpt her jaw. Later, he injects the influencer Jenny Popach with Aqualix, a brand of fat-dissolving acid. Deeply reckless. Deeply not a doctor. Then there is the Cybertruck incident in Miami around Christmas that same year. The Tesla Cybertruck, that boxy electric pickup. On a live stream, he strikes a guy who allegedly had been harassing him. He says it was self-defense and that people surrounded the car and someone might have had a pistol. The internet went nuclear. Platforms banned him and he even posted an AI image basically cheering it on after. Politicians jumped in. James Fishback, a Florida Republican candidate, defended him publicly. This is where clout culture meets real-world harm, not a vibe. Then came the press tour chaos. Days later, he goes on the Daily Wire with Michael Knowles and calls the Vice President, J.D. Vance, subhuman for his recessed profile and weight. Cara live. Cara live. Oh, we. And says he'd vote for California Governor Gavin Newsom because Newsom is a Chad, meaning he wins the looks war. This is politics by mirror selfie. It is shallow on purpose, and that's why it spreads. Journalists from Wired to The Atlantic and Rolling Stone have called him a premier or most recognizable face of looks-maxing. That's not praise, that is culture triage. And the company he keeps. He has been filmed with Nick Fuentes and the Tate ecosystem. That's Andrew Tate and his network who sell a very aggressive brand of masculinity. In early 2026, a clip goes viral of them in a Miami Beach nightclub singing along to an anti-Semitic Kanye West song from 2025. The mayor condemned it, big Miami hospitality names banned them. Reporters have also documented him using racist language on stream, including the N-word, which is unacceptable, period. Some analysts say he revels in anti-Semitism. When I say edgelord folk hero, this is what I mean. Cruelty packaged as cool. Money check, 'cause the bag matters. By early 2026, the New York Times reporter Joseph Bernstein says Clav was making over $100,000 per month on Kick. Kick is the live stream platform that pays creators and, crucially, Pays clippers. Clippers are the mini accounts that rip 30-second moments, caption them, and flood your feed. Some were reportedly paid by the platform to push his content. That's how slang like mogging or gesture maxing, which is basically messing around or having fun, goes from niche to your cousin's group chat. Legally, it keeps spiraling. In February 2026, he was arrested in Arizona on suspicion of drug possession and using a fake ID after he was seen on screen asking for Adderall. Charges were dropped days later for low likelihood of conviction. Shortly after, he walked a runway in New York for designer Elena Velez, who did a looks-maxing theme show. Coverage called him the star of the evening. Tell me why the algorithm just strutted into Fashion Week like Yas Queen. Not me, but me. And then there is the health piece. He has publicly listed a wild daily regimen. Accutane, retatrutide, beta blockers like Nevavalo, tanning peptides like melanotan-2, antioxidants, NAD+, and a nootropic stack. Please hear me. This is not a wellness plan. This is a pharmacy drawer. He has also claimed years of steroid use left him infertile by 2025. That is his claim, not a medical record. In spring 2026, he overdosed on Stream and was hospitalized. He later said substances help him feel neurotypical in public. Okay, pause, because this next part is everything. The chase to look perfect is eating people from the inside. It's giving burnout in a beautiful filter.
Let's dissect this for a sec. The big question people still argue about is the Cybertruck incident. Was it self-defense or reckless endangerment turned into content? There is no final legal word in the record I'm looking at, so I won't play judge. But I will say this. Turning potential violence into a highlight reel is an epic fail. When fame rewards escalation, you get escalation. And when kids watch, they learn to glamorize danger. We cannot keep paying per view for harm and then clutch pearls about youth culture. Pick one.
Now for something different, the pop culture spillover. When Elena Velez puts a looks-maxing narrative on a runway and books the controversy guy, that is not random. That is fashion saying the internet is our mood board now. And sure, aesthetically, it is interesting to literalize the algorithm in fabric, but the risk is we normalize a pipeline where shock equals bookings. It rewards who can be the most extra, even if the extra is harmful. High key, I want the industry to be braver than that. If I were Brayden, I'd be exhausted. The schedule of always on, the closet of controversy merch, the need to one-up yesterday's clip. But I also get the allure. Money, attention, power. It is the oldest story, just filtered through cheekbone math. The twist is a generation of boys being taught your worth lives in a caliper, not a character. Honey, that is a no-go.
Okay, so what else you ask? Language. The looks-maxing dictionary, from magging to foid, which is an insult term for women, has seeped into memes. That is cultural weather. Words become worldview. And when the worldview is a ladder with prettier at the top and everyone else is losers, relationships get weird. Dating becomes a scoreboard. Friendship becomes a mirror check. It is living rent-free in a mindset that will never love you back.
Speaking of drama, Peters calls himself a political, even calls politics jester, meaning a foolish waste of time, but then parties with far-right figures and trashes public officials by their bone structure. You can say you are a political, but status signaling is politics by other means. The receipts are the receipts.
Okay, pause, because I need you to leave with this. Self-care is not the enemy of self-acceptance. They should be besties. If a creator is pushing you toward pain, risk, or hate to find beauty, that's not a glow-up. That is a trap. Black and blessed. Next, we've got a tease. Influencer boxing, baby. We're going ringside to ask if this spectacle is saving sports or turning everything into a content farm where concussions are thumbnails. Tell your group chat.
Okay, we covered a lot. Let's leave it there for now. Remember, beauty is more than skin deep. It is also boundaries, values, and how you treat people. This was a ride. Later.